I got to put a front on here. It say we are live, so hello out there in YouTube land. I hope y'all had a good day. We got a fast-moving thunderstorm went through our place. Out there in YouTube Wait a minute, hell. I hate that.
You broke the internet.
I hate hearing my voice. So, all right. We got Copycat, Watt Life, B Charming, Dana B, Chicken Noodle Girl. Ain't seen her in a while. Hello, lady. Wait a minute. I know. Well, that's about it. I want to wish y'all
Mary Moon, is that the FBI one? The FBI whistleblower? Probably shouldn't even say whistleblower anymore.
Not well. If I was just when they showed their face, that's when they put a bullseye on them, because it was just a matter of time before something like this would happen. And so, it's.
Oh, I hope it's not the one that Defender of the Republic was interviewing last week.
Really?
Yeah, because part 2 is supposed to be this week, I do believe. Let me go check real quick.
I think it's going to be kind of hard for her to do a part 2 now.
Yeah.
Unless she's already got it recorded.
No, she does the live ones at 8:00 on Thursdays.
Okay.
Let me check her.
Shit, that's tonight.
Yep. I think she's off signing papers, I do believe, or signing autographs and stuff. Let me see.
What state is she in?
New Jersey.
Okay. Which whistler?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, that's what B. Charming posted.
Is it the Mike Gill? So, well, there's a lot of talk about Trump. Be very surprised if he makes it to election time.
I have heard the same thing.
Yeah. And not that he's, you can't even say the word, but
well, damn. So, in other words, somebody's done put a mark on him.
Oh, he's had one.
Yeah, but they're really trying to. I don't know if I should say it like this or not. Execute the mark.
He's ever since he, because he was.
Go ahead.
He wasn't racist until he went Republican when he switched. Because remember, he was up on Oprah Winfrey and all those places and stuff, and come time he said, "Well, I'm going to run, but it's going to be a Republican." Then all of a sudden he became become racist, and nobody wanted him to run, and all kinds of stuff.
Well, now I do remember him coming down that escalator saying that he was going to run for president. And ever since then, like you said, that's when he became the racist president. Everybody turned against him, and it's like everything he done was bad.
Oh
But
yeah.
up till then, that man has helped out more people than me and you could really truly imagine. Wasn't it a homeless person? I'm not going to say homeless, but wasn't there a person that lived in one of the towers that he owned? And somehow or another, he ended up letting her stay there.
Oh, he's done things like that all of his life, though.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm saying. Up until that moment, he told everybody he's going to run for president.
Well, no, it was okay if he's going to run because everybody's wanting him to run because that was the question. But said he's not going to run for on Democrat. When he said he's going to run Republican is when it changed. It changed because when he did that interview with Oprah, it was like you ought to run, and do this, and I don't know if I'd want to run. And then when he announced that he was going Republican, it and
Well,
the thing is, it shouldn't matter if you do good. I don't care what side you're from.
you exactly right. You know, but I heard a little good news. I think it was today's Thursday. Uh, at the end of last week, possibility the beginning of this week. Next, let's see. Darn it. What's that word? Scheduled shows for next year. One of them got canceled, and I damn near jumped up and down for joy. It was the View. From what I've heard,
Oh
got
yeah, that's been canceled.
thank goodness.
Yeah,
There
I sent you that. Oh, it's probably been a month ago
wasn't
that they canceled it because of the ratings has tanked.
plummeted.
Yep.
All I got to say is thank God.
Oh, I think I hear somebody at the door. I'll be back.
That'd be a kitty at the door. But it's a crying shame. People are being uh, getting canceled, getting strikes, all because telling the truth. But you've got other channels up there who cusses, jump up and down, and so forth like that. Ain't a thing happening to them. It's just, it's a shame that we've gotten like this. And here it is. You've got the worst president we've ever had. And the party that he threw at the White House, I don't care. You know, that's a shame. I don't think any other president would allow that. But then again, the times are changing also. And I hate that. The day Whoopi takes the place of Pat Sajak on the Wheel of Fortune needs to be burnt down. So that is one woman. That is one person I really don't care for. She was okay till she went on that talk show. Then after that, I don't know what happened. So reading chat here a little bit. You right. I can't stand that woman either.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to crash.
It's them people that come to your door telling you, "Oh, switch your electric company over to this company." Thing. Oh, we can save you 10% this and 10% that, and
I said, can you save me 10% on this? Shut the door.
I said, well, I'm not using electric. I got solar, and I'm using hydroelectric pumps in the basement.
There you go.
I'm not really, but that it shuts them up.
Hello, Sassy Cat. Now, Roy said this right here. Can you imagine what other countries thought when they seen naked certain people on the White House lawn?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I think they thought, that the United States ain't nothing but a bunch of wimps now.
Well,
Because,
it's already proven that one.
yeah, but look who is fighting for the country now.
Hey.
Look, it's changed. A lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
for
they don't join for the biggest part of them.
the
They just, they sit around and don't do anything. Well,
I mean, it's
the women do, or I don't know if to call them women or not. See, back in my day,
go
a
ahead.
woman wasn't a woman until she became a woman. I'll just put it that way, because they're just like men didn't come until they prove
Right.
that they were a man. You were a boy until, or a kid, until you held down a job, you were responsible, and you didn't act like uh
A wimp.
yeah. And that's what I said. There's a different. It's the same thing with men and women. There are women that, well, like I say, girls that just act like girls, and they haven't grown up. And unfortunately, that's the boys nowadays. They can be 30 years old and they still act like they're in high school.
You know, you want to let's talk about the service, okay? And I don't care what it is, Air Force, Marines, Army, Navy, whatever. Okay. They got a job to do, and they know that. And my hats go off to them. It really does. I mean, like you wouldn't believe. But you start getting people up in there who think more about their fingernails and so forth like that or whatever. Look, they need to be kicked out. You know, I don't care if you man or woman. If you got the balls and that's what you want to do, go for it. I think that ought to be the toughest around, or service people. I can't say servicemen because we got females in there too. And I'm not talking about a female that thinks they a guy or a guy that thinks they a female. I ain't talking about those people.
Fruit Loops.
Okay, Fruit Loops without the milk.
Yes. Please leave the milk out of it.
But if they want to join, let them have their own. You know, yeah, they damn sure won't go nowhere. I don't think. Now, I may be wrong. Hell, it won't be the first time I'm wrong. You know, I cannot see. I have for a long, long time. It was hard for me to see a woman in the trenches fighting alongside with the men and everything. Then, as the years rolled on, some of them women who was in service has got more damn balls than guys do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't know the word quit. They really don't. And when the way I was raised up, girls are supposed to be spoiled. A man is supposed to open up the door for a female, pull the chairs out for them to sit there. Quit laughing at me. My wife just come through. That's how a female was supposed to take care of the home. And I don't want to say that and get something started, because taking care of the home, there is more to it than raising kids. You got financial, you've got cleaning, you've got a woman that takes care of the home has got, I'm going to say, 100 different hats.
That's more than a full-time job.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And just because a man comes home, from work, he thinks his day's over with. Bullshit, what about the woman? And no, I'm not trying to kiss up either. I'm just thinking, a man needs to.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble now.
Well, I think a man needs to pull together and help a woman out.
Oh yeah.
Wash a few dishes.
Yeah.
If you to go in there and clean the bathroom, yeah, hell, I've cleaned many of them. Mop the floors. Yeah.
I do that stuff every day.
Well, see, me and you, I'm not going to say there's guys out there in chat that ain't never done this. I'm just saying, you young men coming up, you tell them to go clean the bathroom and hell, they go out the door.
Yeah, I remember my son was doing the prom and everything, and he was taking her out to dinner and stuff, and I said, well, make sure when you get out, you go and open her door and for her and whatnot. And he said, oh, I know. I know. Because I put that in their heads when they were young. When you go out on a date or something, you park your car, you run around the side and open the door for her. And still this day, the one thing it's kind of hard to do that nowadays, but back in the day when everybody had, the little thing that unlocked your door on the side of the door, my grandpa said, if you open the door for your girlfriend or your girl, and she reaches over and unlocks your door for you, she's a keeper. And every time I would open a door for her, let her in, and whatever girl it was, and I would look through the back window as I'm walking around to see if she slid over and unlocked the door. And you'd be surprised the difference in the girls that didn't didn't unlock the door and those who did. You could tell the difference. Now it's kind of hard to do that because you push a button and unlocks them all the doors.
Yeah. Well, now my wife, I got a vehicle. Well, my truck, it ain't, it's got the hand crank windows, the
Yeah.
key, like that right there. It'd be pouring down rain. My side door would be locked. My wife be sitting in there, ha 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 ha, you wet, you wet.
Well, she knows who you are, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. But if y'all remember when you started dating, it was a game. And I'm gonna say it like that. It was a game. You done your best to make sure she got what she wanted. Or, you know, birthday roll around. You have her a cake or you have her a birthday present,
Yeah, better not
or
do a
Christmas.
cake.
Yeah, well, if you can
You trying
cook,
to
do
make me fat?
it. Does this dress make me look fat? That is a trick question. Guys, do not answer
Yeah, you can.
that. But,
It depends how long
now,
you're gonna live. How long you're gonna live? The way you answer it.
yeah, well, yeah, that's true too.
Now, I would always say, "Oh, I really like that color on you,"
Uh-huh.
and
I
then
almost messed up and said,
and
no, it ain't the dress, it's the refrigerator. I caught myself. But I mean, now people who's done been married for a certain amount of time, it could be different for either. You
oh
don't
yeah.
see the Christmas presents like you used to, the birthday presents or whatever.
Well, it's not even that. It's because
I mean, the
even
women,
even women my age nowadays, it's a couple weeks ago, I answered a thing on Facebook, and she wanted to go out on a date, and she said she'd pay and all that, and I said, okay, and find out she wanted me to come over to her house. Never met me before, and I'm like, no, I don't feel right going over to your house. Not ever. You've never met me, and I've never met you, type of thing. And I said, it seems too awkward. I'd rather be more comfortable going to a restaurant or something and then talking
yep,
and whatnot. Oh, I don't do that anymore.
and leave your phone at home. If you're out on a date, damn, don't break your phone out, please.
I don't do the phone thing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I got my phone with me, okay,
Yeah.
and it's on vibrate. And don't go there. But you know, I'm not. I want to hear what she has to say. You know, but the guys today, compared to when I was coming up, and I've seen it and noticed it, guys don't respect their dates, or the women don't respect their dates. You know,
Yeah. I mean, the getting flowers. I mean, I I find it odd that you hear about, you know, going on a date and they don't get flowers. I'm like, really? I mean, that's like number one thing. And then you take them out to dinner, and there's the whole new thing now is who pays for it and all this stuff. And I'm like, why is that the most important thing of a date? Is who's going to pay for it, or you're going to split it, or I'm like, you're supposed to be getting to know somebody. You're not supposed to be worried about, who's going to pay
Now,
for the bill and stuff.
now the way I was raised up is whoever invited the other one out is the one who pays for it. If I invite, okay, bushcraft, let's say I invite you and your family out. You know, it could be a mom and pops, it could be a real nice restaurant. I invite you, I pay for it.
Yeah,
That's the way it should be, period.
yeah. I've always done that. If it's a date type thing, I always paid unless it was a big deal. Like I said, I've had a few that, and you it's they got one thing on their mind basically. And it's the thing today because it's like so easy. You pick up a phone and you say a couple of nice words and they're ready to jump in the sack. And nobody
If
wants to actually put effort into like talking and get to know the person before you want to, if you want to bother, you know what I mean?
well, now, to me, you put a female in a dress that comes down to her knees or a little bit below, put some nice shoes on, and a little makeup. I ain't talking about putting makeup on with a damn paintbrush, you know, just a little bit. To me, that's got to be the sexiest thing there is.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time picturing you with the dress on though.
Uh, well, at least I don't go to Target and buy my underwear up there.
Oh,
But I said a female, or I thought I said a female.
well, you said you like put a nice dress on past your knees.
Okay, okay, I'll give you that one because I can't remember what I said to argue with you. I meant a female. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
What is a female?
Ah, do you really want me to go there on my own damn channel?
No, I'm just saying that's the thing that whenever somebody says female, what's a female?
A female is a person that menstruates once a month. And I'm going to leave it alone at that.
according
No,
nowadays.
don't even go there. Don't even go with that accord stuff. I'm
Yeah,
talking true females.
go to California and go to the men's room. You'll find
I'd end up going to jail. I would literally end up going to jail. No, be charming. I do not use that. Not on the first date, anyway.
apple, apple red lipstick.
Hey, yeah. So,
But yeah, things have changed so much.
You know what?
And
Damn, me and the wife, we've been married 42 years, knowing one another for 43 years. We dated a year before we got married. All right. Like you just said, stuff has changed so damn much in
mm-hmm.
them 40 some plus years. I mean, back then, I never, ever would have thought what's going on today would have happened in my lifetime.
What life? Yeah, there is something wrong if he wants to show a little skin. I don't want to see the. I don't want to see it.
What life? Are we talking about the male or are we talking about the female part? But, it's, I don't know. To me, everything started back. I want to go back as far as Nixon. You know, I think it was just a tad bit right there. But throughout the years, it's gotten worse until we are at to where we are at right now. Now you,
About 8 months to a year after the thing in New York happened, because right before that, Popo was bad. First responders are horrible people, and then that thing happened, and then we honor these guys. We stand with the Popo and firemen and all this, and then it went all of a sudden it went downhill after that.
what happened in 2001, and everybody knows what I'm talking about without getting into in too deep on that. That was the first time I think I really saw people in that area come together as one for a little time. There wasn't no blacks, there wasn't no whites, there wasn't no Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, nothing like that. Everybody was one person. Okay. I thought that was one of the best things that I've seen. And then the media and the politics got into it and twisted everything around, done this,
Yeah. Well, you remember
leave.
we had the Bush lied and said there were bad things that Iraq had, and weren't any. And after that, then we went to Obama, and that everybody knows the lies and stuff and that, and it's gotten worse for the government type stuff since then. I mean, there's always been the crookedness in politics, but it seemed like um, it was upfront, and I don't care if you see it or not. Basically, oh, it's okay. I'm a politician. I can get away with this. Like the Biden Jr., Biden, and all this stuff going on right now. You go back to in the 70s and 80s, and if that was going on then, oh man, that'd been major thing. That'd be you get out of the office right now. Now
Yeah.
it's just like nobody sees it. It's I'm more worried about um, beer and pajamas in Target, things like that. Oh, you don't let me have my own stuff in there. And it has nothing to do with the stuff. You can have all the Fruit Loop clothes that you want. Just don't
uh,
make sure that don't have it for kids. That's the
Thank you.
whole thing that they don't understand is leave the kids out of it.
Exactly.
Kids don't need to be knowing any of that stuff. Just like Bert and Ernie, they're straight. When I was a kid, I didn't want to know if Bert and Ernie was straight or they were gay or whatever. I thought Bert and Ernie was cool little puppet guys. Would never even thought about their what they'd like doing or anything. They're puppets. Why does it have to be a thing? Why the gender thing or it's not really gender either because they're puppets.
Well, see, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say this right here. And I don't give a shit. The transgender people are losing battles against people their own age and so forth. So they decide to work on the little people, let's put it like that, because they are undeveloped. They believe they are at the stage where they believe what grown ups say is true.
Well, the thing is, there's a thing going on right now that certain people on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, they are parents. And how they get popular is telling their kids what they should be, as in boy or girl. So they get attention from, people out there. And not caring what their kids say, they tried to coerce them into saying you're this, and now you get to wear little dresses. And one thing I find it is really funny, really interesting is you see all these guys that are being
Yes,
changing, and they're wanting to be they're wanting to go into girls' bathrooms. How many women do you see that's going the opposite direction, wanting to be in the boys' restroom? You don't see that. It's like it's unheard of. They still go in the women's restroom. They don't go into the men's restroom, even though they say they're that.
yeah.
There's a big difference, and
Well,
that's that's the thing that sticks out the most.
but what gets me is the people who go into the women's restrooms. They're up there in these here big cities, and y'all know the big cities I'm talking about. Okay, you let them people go to West Virginia or Tennessee or Alabama or somewhere like that. That may be the very last time you see them people.
Well,
I'm on,
there are
look.
cities. They're sorry, what life, but Atlanta, um,
I
probably
said
probably Raleigh.
I'm not going to doubt that. I'm not going
Um,
to.
yeah, there are still cities that
They're not redneck cities, or hillbillies,
yeah.
like that. And yeah, hell yeah, I'm proud to be a redneck hillbilly. Ain't damn thing wrong with that. You know, I was raised, kids need to be kids, women need to be women, men need to be women.
Huh?
But let me back up. My damn mouth got ahead of my brain there. Well, women need to be women and men need to be men.
Okay, there you go. You ain't, you ain't gonna have no men at all.
I noticed that. I had to back up and say, rethink what I said. But anyway, the old school needs to be brought back in more than one way. Okay, all this other stuff that has done come out, who's done went sideways and everything. Y'all see where it's going or what it's got. Now, if you really want to go in this direction, I'm going to put it to you like this. The Bible said it's going to get this way, and it will get worse. But it is up to us to slow progress down. And we ain't doing a damn thing about it. Oh, shit, really? I'm reading what Roy said. But what happened to, well, I know what happened. You know, when a youngin got out of line or whatever, you know, they got punished for it. Now, there are a difference between a whooping and a beating. There's a big difference. Okay. Uh, you know, what may work for one youngin will not work for the other one. I found that out. I had to. And I had to figure out my son, you know, you can whoop him, he'd stand there. But you take his stereo away from him at that time or that computer, it's like you done killed him. You know, what happened to the discipline? Because without discipline, you don't get respect no more. You know, the respect's gone. So I reckon that's it right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the whistleblower thing and see if I can see it.
Sniffer, you just got hitched. Well, how many pallbearers did you have? I mean, how many best men did you have? Sniffer, you tell Miss Sniffer I said hello. And I hope y'all two have a great marriage.
Yep, congratulations.
To, like B. Charman says, congratulations to Mr. and Miss Sniffer. Now, where have y'all had y'all's honeymoon yet? And if not, where y'all planning on having your honeymoon? I hope it ain't in Taiwan. Yeah, there's another subject: kids of divorce. How many parents do you know are still together after? I'm gonna throw a number out there. Let's say 5 years. You know, I can't think of too many. And the higher you get into years, it's hard. It's
Well,
like
Jeff, that's a bad subject to come up with somebody that just got married and you're sitting there talking about how long things last.
how long things last. I think that's one of the reasons people got divorced. Yeah, time for me to change subjects. Hello, Miss Lake. I hope you had a prosperous day today.
Hey, Lake. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what this.
Be charming. Are we talking about here in the States or are we talking other places? She says, careful of the flesh eating bacteria in the waters.
It depends where you go. See, there's a good one.
Well, yeah,
Sharon, her and her husband has been
yeah,
married for
39
39
years.
years. Yeah.
Congratulations, Miss
Yeah.
Sharon. And trust me, I know y'all worked hard for them 39 years.
I was looking at this thing that
Is it?
evidently um, Hillary Clinton is running around with a hat, and it says,
There's
"But
another
her
picture.
murder victim is on it." Around the top of it, it says,
Yeah,
"But her murder victims." I don't get it. Something I don't know about, but evidently.
it sounds like that's something you and one on one can check in on
I think he
because
said he's got big channel news tonight, so he probably won't have us up there too soon. I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
I'm not neither, and normally I'll say hey to them at least once or twice a week, and I've not even, said hey to him. I think what, a week and a half now since he got in that wreck.
Yeah, that's he needed to take that week off though,
Right. Look,
just just to relax, if anything.
yeah, but just as good as I do, once you make you a channel and you get people and you kind of lean toward a few certain people in there. And when you don't show up, it's like you letting them down. I know what he's talking about there, wanting to come up a little bit. I can't fault him for that. But I'm like you, he does need to take some time, you know, because I I was in one bad wreck. And I mean, it took me over a year to really kind of get over it. I said kind of. I'm not, even till this day, I'm not over it. And that happened, oh God, I'm going to say a good 15 years ago. But I'm not going to get into details on it or anything.
Yeah, I remember my uncle come and get me from Vegas. We were coming back, and I was in the truck camper. The shells that go up on top, and it was a bigger
Yeah.
one that had the table and all that stuff in there. And um, I was laying in the back there, and then they slid and hit some ice, and everything in that place, because he had knickknacks all over it and flying all over the place. I went one end to the other, bouncing back and forth. And by the time they stopped, I was down on the floor with all the dishes, all the food, all kinds of other stuff that was in there, all on top of me. And they opened the door and, is he alive? Is he alive? I don't see him. And I'm like, I'm down here.
You know, how many situations have you've gone through and later on in the years you get to thinking, I shouldn't have survived that, but I
Oh
did.
yeah, I've been in a lot of them.
I have too, quite a
Yeah.
few, you know. But the only thing I can say is thank God he was there, you know. And I know YouTube does not like that word, but YouTube, I'm leaving it alone. I'm not going there. Not because I don't even want to talk about something like that. You know, yeah, I believe in God. I really do. And to listen to me, it don't sound like it, but I do. That's something I'll have to answer to, not y'all. But I think one of the worst incidents, me and the wife was going to work one day, and I had a 67 Plymouth, three on the tree. Yeah, I wish I still had that car. But I rounded a curve, and
Ooh,
uh huh, and
Carol D. That's a rough one when you're sitting still. Said she stalled out in the freeway and got hit at 70 miles an hour.
but
Yeah, the ones I hate to see is when it's, well, up here it's frozen, and you see where the traffic stops, and then everybody that comes over the hill is sliding and rams into another one, and you see another vehicle,
yep,
big pile ups,
yep.
and
Now
those are really dangerous.
I've got an aunt. She's in a rest home right now, bless her heart. But when she was driving, it was her, another one of my aunts, and two of my uncles in the car. It got to raining so hard, she stopped on the interstate. I mean, dead stop. My uncle got out of the car, grabbed her, pulled her over, and run around and jumped in the driver's seat and started driving. You know, yeah, that right there, that could have been really bad,
Mm.
you know. But yeah, if you on the interstate and you can pull over, pull over. Don't just stop right there.
And
Go.
you always see these guys that they get in a wreck and then they go out and walk into the middle of the street.
How stupid can that be?
Um, Teresa D.
Yeah.
How far up was it? Probably easier if I look up here.
Just a few minutes, 7:53. Well, okay, I've seen concern new video pop on my feed today, and it wasn't concern, it was con and then a certain word spelt out.
Oh, yeah, CERN.
Yeah.
I haven't seen nothing today, but me and Lake did stuff on them. Was it last year? I think it was. Yeah, that's some.
Wicked stuff.
Yeah, and why they are messing with that stuff, here on Earth. Let's learn how we can make black holes.
That's the last
who,
thing.
who thought of this stuff? I mean,
Well,
oh, it's safe.
I'm
Black
pretty
holes are
sure
not safe.
I'm pretty sure Lake is still in chat, but why don't the two of y'all get back up and do an up to date on that?
I haven't seen anything on it. I did not too long ago. I did see the stuff in Tennessee that they were doing not too long ago. The portals that they were making in the sky. Um, that had me more worried than the CERN thing.
Now, did you read what Lake Ferry just posted? They have videos of different people having rituals for a long while. Now, also, guys saw thing like demons coming through a portal. Lake, I agree with you. It's got to the point now you could say hello in a certain way, and YouTube will put a strike on you. You know, and it's getting. If you really want views, if a creator really wants views, go to bring the news back, okay?
No.
But yet, you got to be careful because YouTube is getting to the point that where our amendment, freedom of speech, is being attacked. I'll put it like that. Okay. You know, YouTube is not what it used to be 3 years ago. I
Yeah.
think I'm still kind of hoping I can find somebody or something, you know, to preach the news like it used to be. Salty cracker. He comes close to preaching the news than anybody now, but I just don't like his format. I'm sorry. I know he's got what, probably 500,000 subscribers. You know, Sniffer, I know. You know, he said it's not YouTube, it's our government. And I'll give him that. But somewhere along the line, YouTube has got to where they doing too much on their own.
No. Same thing happened in Twitter.
Twatter.
It was certain agency was controlling what people seen and what was allowed to be seen. And that's basically what's happened to YouTube. And
Somebody needs to grow a set of gonads.
you can't really, unless you have, well, see, I'm not going to talk about it because, yeah, it's,
Look,
you can say, oh, YouTube's bad and everything, but if you have a government where you live and they're telling you you can't do this and you can't do that, what are you to do?
it's starting to sound like back in the old days.
No, it sounds like in other countries.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, start to sound like Germany. Okay.
Well,
And I know I went a little bit too far with
I
that
wasn't
word.
talking about Germany, but
Well, that was one of them.
I mean, there's countries right now that
Right
are like
here.
that. It's China for one, um, and somewhat like Cuba used to be that way. But right now, it's China definitely.
What life? Why don't you get you a channel going and talk about that? CERN went live today to talk about their new Doom uh, experiment project. Just looked up the article from today, and it sounds like some scary stuff.
Oh, it is. It's
Y'all
what
wouldn't.
they've been doing with that,
Y'all,
and it keeps getting worse. Let's add the next time we do this test, we'll multiply the power by this much. We'll
yeah,
make a bigger black hole and see how long we can hold it. Yeah.
it's gonna get to the point they're
Whoops.
gonna create a black hole, and guess what? They ain't gonna be able to control it.
Hmm.
Why in the hell would somebody want to create one for any damn way?
Well, we've been doing it for ages. Who would want to create, the the things that go boom that we let go on Japan and stuff like that. But it happens every day. We create all these things to
Mister,
destroy instead of creating stuff to create, better ways of life.
because you got some people out there who is not happy until they have pissed somebody off or they have destroyed something. And I think that's what's going on. Matter of fact, I'm pretty damn sure that's what's going on. Mr. Cheddar Prepper Pepper, Pepper Prepper. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, there was a show, um, Nun Warrior, I think it was called, where they did the portal and they thought this was a portal to heaven, and that's what they were saying. It ended up being a portal to the place
Uh,
downstairs, and creatures came through, or demons.
Seemed like I heard something about that, but it's been quite a few years back.
Last couple years, they've got season 2 out, but the season 1 was the one with the portals and stuff. I mean, it's a pretty good show and all, but the whole that's where the a lot of talk about the portals and stuff. Um, with the angels and stuff.
It, y'all just wait. Y'all, yeah, and I've got to say this myself. Y'all have no idea of what's in store for us. I don't even have an idea. But I can honestly say it's going to be extremely bad. You know, it, that's another show on its own. It's
Well, Sniffer talks about AI, and what you don't know about, most people are using it right now, is
exactly.
is the one that, um, Google made, and it's every day, every second, every microsecond, it's getting stronger and stronger. They made the computer, AI, so that, and this is fact. You can go check it out. Google made this AI that it learns, and every time it learns, it creates a better version of itself. So it's went so far that because it was supposed to be for the Google images. So if you showed a picture, it would scan the internet and find the exact match, or what it looked like, and stuff. It got so smart that um, it could take somebody's image and 99.9% of the time find another image within seconds on the internet.
Mm.
And they're and it's still going, it's still learning, it's still recreating itself. So it'll have its own version of itself, and then it said, well, I can improve it. Well, the AI is saying this, I can improve myself. So it creates a better version of itself, and it keeps doing this every second of every day. And eventually, Skynet, and I'm not talking about um, the musky guy either. I'm talking about Terminators.
Mr. Cheddar, Pepper Prepper, you're so right. But something else is supposed to take place before that happens. You know, and I got references to the Bible. I I really truly need to go up with a, let's say, a preacher and talk about this.
A
That
Bigfoot.
way, it could be Bigfoot, it could be somebody, you know. But and that right there is kind of eating me up inside because I know something that's coming. It may not be in my lifetime, but
Yeah, I um I don't know. We were on panel or something, and it made more sense to me than anything, because everybody, with the getting the juice and everything, everybody said that was the mark of the, you know, and whatnot. And
it's
I
not.
didn't agree with it either. But um, Bigfoot said that first to start everything off, it starts with Israel. It's when all those
Yep.
countries around Israel will gang up on Israel. And then once that happens, then you start worrying about things. And there are stages before that too. So
There are.
like the river drying up, and
Euphrates River.
yeah, I think that's after the Israel thing though.
Ah, Euphrates River is just about dried up. It's not completely dried up, but something is supposed to happen when. Yeah. Next subject. Yeah. Something. Go to the Bible and read about the Euphrates River. I'll put it like that, and I'm leaving that one.
Shush you wherever you are. I don't see you.
Yeah, look, pew pews and stuff like that. You can have a tank. It ain't gonna do a bit of good. You know, it ain't gonna do a bit of good. I'll put it like that. I mean, there ain't but one way you're gonna fight demons.
Mhm.
Now, from what the dude hold my beer, from what the UFO whistleblower said, whether you believe him or not, mentioned a device that can cause earthquakes. We have talked about that, what, 3, 4 years ago. They've got a thing up in space right now. They can aim it, pinpoint, and they can cause earthquakes. They can cause tidal waves.
And we're not saying this,
Now,
Jeff. We're not saying this. This is all entertainment purposes only. We're not experts.
thank you. Thank you. I wish somebody would have told me that earlier.
Well,
Hey, bring your man.
you're getting in that range where you don't want to be. That's why I spoke
Yeah.
up. You know, you can't say we know this. It's entertainment purposes only. Our opinion doesn't count.
Well, compared to certain parts of the government, our opinions never has counted.
Yeah.
You know, I'll put it like that. But it's
Yeah,
I
it
just
looks
want
like Defender of the Republic isn't going live today.
really.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the guy. Mike Gill is the guy that. Here,
She
let me
was
look it up.
interviewed. Well, ain't you? Can't you get up with her and ask her?
Yeah, I could text her real quick, but I just wanted to see if
But yeah,
I'm not seeing anything, so it might not have been that one because
well, so,
Harvest Mary Moon says she sent something, but I haven't seen it yet. And there's a lot of Mike Gills, by the way. So
yeah, but how many Mike Gills is in that field, or should I say, was in that field? So I'm gonna let you take over for a few minutes. I gotta go get a cup of coffee.
okay. Yeah, in fact, my head getting a little warm back there. Yeah, because um, well, he posted something 12 hours ago, so I don't think it's that guy. Who knows? But since we got some rain, my garden has went nuts, except for my jalapenos, unfortunately. I'm probably going to go out there and clip everything off as much as I can and see if it'll pop it back to life or something because they're still the same size as I brought them out. That's what you do when you if you don't harden your plants right, it stunts their growth big time. And I figured it would have came out of it by now because my other peppers are doing okay. uh, I think he seen Watt Life said he had some banana peppers today. Oh, I'm actually thinking that I may have mixed some seeds because I'm supposed to have cherry tomatoes, but the green one on this plant is already about yay big already. That's supposed to be a cherry tomato. So I'm thinking, whoops, I have no if it does grow. I have no idea what kind of tomato it is because I thought it was the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, but now I have no idea. So I just see how they turn out. Oh, so you got jalapenos too. Yeah, I'll probably um, do a short or something showing the tomatoes and peppers of my little bucket stand. I've had a bunch of people come over from the neighborhood and, oh, that's the coolest thing I ever seen. Where'd you get this? And I didn't want to tell them that I made it from the stuff I get from a warehouse down here because they set out all their skids and stuff because I want to make more of the more planners and things like that. Yeah, I seen some jalapenos at the store today, and I was thinking about smoking some jalapeno poppers. And I probably should have got them and not thought about it, just got them. But yeah, next thing I was going to see is it today that 101's going live? Let me look real quick.
Yeah, he's going live tonight.
Uh,
Hello, lady. Yeah, lady.
yeah, 15th. Important channel announcement. I came, I saw, I had an anxiety.
Anxiety attack.
Oh, I don't see the other side. So we'll have to see what that's about.
Now that thumbnail, he's used that. What I think about a week ago in one of them. So
Well, that was before the accident, though.
matter of
You ever have the duck meat jalapeno pepper cream cheese poppers? Not duck meat, no. That sounds good though. I like duck meat. Um,
I never ate
if
duck.
it's cooked right, if it's like in a dish where it sets in the fat, I don't like it as much.
Be charming asking you a question.
Am I involved in any of the tornadoes?
Yeah.
I've got a warning going off. Not a I can't remember if it's a watch or a warning. It's either one of those. But I usually don't pay too much attention to tornadoes and stuff.
You never been through none, have you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Oklahoma City. Um, my
Tornado Alley.
my dad and stepmom were in the grocery store, and I was outside. Everybody else went in. I stayed out in the car because I like rain and whatnot, and I sit out in the car, and it was a big old Lincoln town car or something like that, and
I love him.
tornado came through and was flipping cars and tossing them, and it came right over top of me and spun the car around, and I was like, "Woo, woo!"
I was just fixing to ask, was you laughing at it or
Oh
was
yeah, that was fun, and
you?
then it just kept on going, and my dad's car was the only one in the parking lot, and all the other cars were all upside down or squished up against each other.
Now,
And they came out and they thought that the car was gone because the other cars were piled up on the sides because it looked like a big circle, and then my dad's car was right in the middle,
Scott
And
E. was a weak
he
one.
came out and was looking around. He climbed up on top of one and was yelling for me. And I'm like, over here. I got up on the hood, you know, and they come running out and they said, did you see the tornado? And I said, yeah, that was fun. What? I said, it was spinning me around like a windmill.
See, now that's an incident like we was talking about earlier. You know, uh, it ain't no two ways about it. God was with you. He was looking after you.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of those though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I
when
have
I
to.
was when I was out in the living out in the woods, um, a bear probably 20 feet away while I'm sitting there fishing comes moseying on up, looks at me, and then looks at the water, walks through the river to the other side. Never
Oh,
did anything, just looked at me and then walked over. I didn't get up and run like or anything like that. I just sat there and held my fishing pole.
dude. Yeah, I will tell you this. There is a place. I don't know if they still there or not, but it's in Saxby, North Carolina. Okay. I used to go fishing down there all the time. And it was late in the afternoon. The weeds done growed up overhead high and everything. I walked around the corner and there was about 5 or 6 deer. You know, I was scared. And I go on to the river down there and I throw out, my lines and everything. And a little while later, I hear something behind me. Hell, I'm thinking it's the deer. I didn't even turn around looking, nothing like that. And I fishing the whole 9 yards. So it started getting dark and it was time for me to get out of there. I'm walking back up and right there on top of the hill, maybe about 10 feet from where I'm at, if that much. I look down, man, there's bear tracks all over that place. And hey, my ass done got tightened in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got
I
to
was going,
walk back to my truck, maybe a quarter of a mile to my truck. Dude, every little sound, anything I heard, I'm thinking he's after me. He's coming after me, you know. And I get to talking to some people who live in that area, right there on the river. There is 2 families of black bear that live there, you know. And I'm thinking, thank God they ate before they saw me.
yeah, that, and I never did see him again or anything or her. I don't know what it was. Um, and I'm sure if Lake's in here, she'll tell you the bears are bigger up there. It was. I'm not saying where it was or anything because I really can't remember, but I do know it was way upstate New York.
Roy, not the pond, the river, in between the 2 bridges. It Well, now the bear around here, okay, they're starting to be seen in one of the towns that I kind of growed up in. And to see one there is unheard of, period. But there was pictures on the internet. He went through KFC drive through. I reckon he got pissed off because he wouldn't give him no chicken.
WTH. It. Are you talking about when you clip the top of the peppers? Because there are some peppers that will grow one stem straight up. and then you clip that the top of that. You count um, four leaves, and you clip. Um, but there are some that grow up and then they go out this way. I don't touch those ones. I don't cut those ones. I just let them do the thing.
WTH says no from start of seed.
Oh, um, I see. I get my seeds for my peppers, jalapenos, and majority of my like my tomatoes and stuff I get from Haas Tools, and I put one seed in one little cup or um, what do they call them? Anyways, the little holes of the dirt. I put one seed in there, and I get one plant. So I don't plant a bunch in a big batch or anything. I've got to where I just plant one seed, and every time I get a plant that grows from it. Then I usually they're probably about yay big, and then I'll plant them in a bigger pot, and usually in that pot um, will be enough until I get them outside. Oh, yep, that's it. Sell. Yep.
Okay. I've got, oh God.
Robert knew what I was talking about.
I got some seeds planted in cells right now. I'm waiting for them to start to sprout before I drop them in the ground.
Now, you know when you're doing peppers, you want the soil to be at least 68 degrees. At least 68 degrees, or it'll take forever for those seeds to germinate.
Huh.
And that's mainly the hot peppers. Tomatoes are the same way.
Now,
Um,
look, I'm going to ask you a question. I've heard of heating pads to put cells on a heating pad.
yeah,
Now, my question is this right here, and it may sound like a dumb question to you, but I don't know. Let's say a heating pad. Can you take a heating pad, that you get from a drugstore or something like that, and set a tray of them cells on
no, they're special
pad?
tray. They're special heat pads. I would
Okay.
go up and get one, but it's way the heck upstairs.
Well, I know.
They're I don't know, probably 2.5 feet long, and they're the same. Um, the same as a tray, basically, same size as a tray that you put the cells in, because you put the water at the bottom. You don't water the soil,
Okay. Okay.
and it's they don't get too hot, and it gets the right temperature. Usually, because I wanted to do it downstairs in the basement,
Hello, Buster.
but my basement was just too damp and too cold. It wouldn't get up past 65 degrees. I probably could have lived with that, but I was already behind. So when I took them upstairs and planted everything, my plants, my temperature, because I have a thermometer up there. It tells me what the temperature and the humidity and everything is. It was
You want to take
uh,
care of it?
yeah, 80 degrees. I'll have to, because it'll go to my channel instead of yours if I put it in chat.
Hmm.
There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Did it put it on there?
Yeah, no. Well, hold on, prepping. My God.
Um, I'm not. I'm not a mod, so I can't put the link. uh, What I want to go to my Bushcrafty channel.
Damn, I can't even get it to do up on mine at all.
Wait, this one might work. Wait, what the heck? It should have put that there. Oh no. Okay, never mind.
There you go.
Yeah, that's on. He has to go to my channel to get the link though, because
Ain't that a
Bushcrafty is
bitch?
not a mod on your channel.
Oh, he ate, you ate. Okay.
No. Yeah, that's
I'll have
because
to
I
hear
posted
that.
a link and I was like, why isn't it showing up? But anyways, like I said, once I got them upstairs and I plugged in my heat pads, it was 80 degrees in that little cubby, and that's perfect for tomatoes and peppers. And I had tomatoes up where I think in 4 days. And I like I said, I the Haas tools, I don't know. It just their seeds come up every time. I knock on wood. I have yet to have one not come up. And I have cucumbers, my tomato Cherokee purple ones. The other tomatoes I got from the other tomato seeds I got from Garden State Gardener though. So, but those all came up.
I've been sitting here doing every damn thing I can to try to put that in my link, and I cannot do it.
Oh, maybe I can put it in this chat, and it would put it on both of them. Oh, it just goes to mine, or did it go to both? Nope, yeah, just mine.
Yeah, I mean, I've even tried to copy, to paste and go, and it won't nothing highlight.
I had 3 tomatoes from seeds, 3 sprouted, and 3 stems fell over. Um,
The fuck is this?
you want to make sure that because I have my lights, and it depends. If you're doing it by a window or something, I have regular grow lights, and once they sprout, I turn my lights on it, and I get them pretty close to it until they like I said they get to that height. And there's also you can if you have an old fan or a small fan, if you run a fan, it will make the stems of tomato plants really strong because the wind blowing on it, they'll get really thick, and that's also a good way to. That way they don't get too what they call too leggy. Because if your light's too far from the plant, that's where they grow straight up and get leggy too fast, which is not really bad because you can for tomato plants uh, the stem itself will turn into a root, so you can bury majority of that tomato plant underground, and it'll actually do better. It'll grow roots there.
Yeah, wait a minute. 101. If you want,
Cashew posted it.
did she?
Yeah. Well, Yep. See, it's up there.
Let me go back. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's for 101 only. So if anybody else pops up, I'm not bringing them up on panel.
Um, yeah. Every once in a while, we do the garden thing where that's all we talk about is the garden stuff. And yeah, like the I can't remember his name now. I just had it. Guy from Haas Tools. He was. I did an interview with him, and he had all kinds of great information.
I'm starting to watch a lot of his videos here lately. I
Oh
don't.
yeah, you hear him talking about the beans and the squash.
Yeah, believe it or not, no, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I hate watching it because I hate looking at his garden.
And believe it or not, I think Garner Josh. I may be wrong with that,
Oh,
but
Garden Josh is good, a really good gardener too.
I'm starting to see a lot of his videos pop up on mine. I've been starting to watch him also. But the bad thing about it is, compared to y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean up north. And I know there are some further south of me. My plant season is not the same as y'all's. Okay. And I think it was you who mentioned, just because, uh, let's say, people in the south compared to the people in the north, your planting seasons are different. So
Yeah.
just because what may work for me may not work for other people.
Oh yeah, and that's what I like. Like Garden Josh, and I think he's still in Oklahoma. Um, he has to deal with the heat and the wind and everything. So here lately, except for this week, we've had that heat. We were in the upper 90s for like a month, and I had to deal with all that heat. And I've learned a lot of stuff with the people that are in the different areas that had to deal with the heat and stuff. How they had to do their gardens and stuff to keep their plants hydrated, and I've actually had to deal with that, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
then again, we had this rain the other day, and my tomatoes grew a foot. My Cherokee tomatoes grew a foot.
Well, I mean, it's just,
Yeah, Garden Josh, you still in Oklahoma?
I think he said he was. Now, I may be wrong, but I did see
Yeah.
Oklahoma in there, you know, and I got up on all the lady. I cannot think of her name. She was having a contest to see who could grow the biggest carrots, and I told her to,
Oh, Courtney.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I told
Okay.
her to put me in on there, and I'm going to have to get back up with her and tell her to take my name off the list, because the carrot seeds that I had, I'm just going to have to get some more because they got ruined. So,
Yeah. If I was going to do that challenge, I I I could do that challenge and probably do a pretty good sized carrot
oh,
because I have
I'm,
I have rabbits, and I think I would just grow it in that, and I would grow it in a um a septic pipe. I forget, about yay big and about that long, so I could get a big carrot out of it.
Now, let me show you something, okay? And I don't want to hear no dead burn jokes either. All right. Me and the wife went somewhere today, and we was given some carrots. Okay, what I'm fixing to show y'all is the smallest of the three. That that was the mic.
Yeah, those are.
Like, I don't want to hear no damn jokes.
Is that a carrot? Or are you happy to see us?
I have thought about that when I seen that. Well, now, when a few minutes ago when I told you to take over, I was going to get some coffee. Well, I also had to go somewhere else. Women has no earthly idea what us men go through, but I was almost reminded a zipper is not a man's best friend at times.
That's why in the 80s I only had button fly jeans. That's all I wore.
you know, as I get older, I would love to have the button ones now, especially
501s.
for the
Oh,
hall.
that was my favorite jeans. And back in the 80s, that was a popular thing. That them parachute pants. And I
Oh
was
man,
like, oh hell no, you, you no, there's no way. And I'd see people wearing those, like, no, that, that's as bad as men wearing yoga pants nowadays. Sorry if there's guys out there that wear yoga pants, but not my thing.
101 says his computer is throwing a fit. Right,
Oh, okay. That's why he's not being able to come
right.
up. Okay.
Look, we all need to take up a donation and buy that young man a new computer.
Either that or a sledgehammer.
He's been having problems with that thing for the last couple of years. And yes, you're right. He needs a wooden mallet to take care of it.
Hey, Greg. Have
Vester,
I grown watercress? Not really. I've grown a little bit of. Right now, I've got Japanese cabbage, and that's the leafiest thing I've got out there. Because we do still have wild rabbits that, and I don't want to get too much stuff that will draw them in. Because not last year. Well, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was about the only thing that I grew that was a lot of pounds was the sweet potatoes. I had rabbits messing with my sweet potatoes. So if I can keep the rabbits away, that'd be great. I grow butter crunch lettuce in the house though.
Vester, you right.
And WTH, if you're growing, that's the first step. Um, even if you get, you know, 20 tomatoes out of a few plants, they're way more better than anything you'll find in the grocery store.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I have no tree issues this year.
And until a person grows their own tomato, You have no idea how good a homegrown tomato is.
Oh yeah.
You know, and a food line, or let's say the market, the fruit shack, something like that. They say they got homegrown tomatoes. Okay. Yeah, they good. But, and like I said, until you grow one out of your own garden,
Yeah.
oh, you have no idea. And Walmart, I'm sorry, just throw that shit in the damn trash. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't get produce from them.
Ah, his power went out early today, so his computer is effed up.
Oh,
Well, let me ask him, is he going to be going live tonight?
yeah. Well, we'll see here. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed if I don't get my cherry tomatoes this year, because I love my cherry tomatoes.
Um,
That's an extra reason to go out work in the garden, because I'll go over and grab handfuls of cherry tomatoes as I'm pulling
yeah,
weeds or something.
yeah. Well, I didn't
Yeah,
get a chance to do my cherry tomatoes this year. I waited too late, and they were gone time I got there.
where'd they go?
I went to the greenhouse right up the road.
Oh.
You know,
Well, you might have enough time just put a seed in the ground.
well, the way the weather's been going, we liable to have summer on all the way up to October, November.
Well, when do you guys usually get a frost? Well, you are pretty north.
You want to be an ass tonight, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, you live in a state that's has north in its name, so at least my state doesn't have north in it.
Okay, what about South Dakota?
I lived in South
They're
Dakota.
up north, but they got the word South in their name. So is
Yeah.
that a state, or would that be a northern state?
Oh, it's a southern state
No,
compared to
it's southern.
compared to North Dakota, but to the rest of the country, it's a northern state.
Now I heard they was wanting to combine North and South Carolina together.
No,
God, I hope.
That's
Uh,
Idaho.
I
Idaho,
let's don't use that name.
Idaho, Oregon, and a bit of California.
You
Well,
got
a part of Oregon.
bushcraft. I know I've said this before, but you got two potatoes standing on the corner. How can you tell which potato is a prostitute?
Yeah, the Idaho one.
The one, yeah, the one that's got Idaho on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Remember, I did a interview with Yogi Hollow Farm. She's from South Dakota.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Well, she may have a little rebel in her then. You know, to be straight up, and I really did not realize this until, let's say, 2019, when I started watching YouTube and everything. I don't care if you are in the north, west, east, south, or where at. A prepper, all of us. Wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. You got some preppers out there that's bad, and you got some out there that's good. But the biggest majority all seem to think the same thing, you know. and I really don't want to go out and say what it is. But prepping, yeah. Also, they do gardening. You know, that's prepping also. And you've said it, God knows, I don't know how many times. You know, but if you, there is so many things that can fall under that word prepping. It don't have to be gardening, you know, or whatever. But we all think of something, a scenario that could go wrong, and we prepare for it, hoping it never happens. You know, that's what a true prepper is, I think. Now, I may be wrong.
Yeah, that's why I never liked the word calling myself a prepper or anything, because I think there's more. Because what the definition as a prepper is to prepare for, bad things and this and that, but there's so much more to. That's why I say I'd rather be called a survivalist than a prepper, because
Well, now you
there,
start to do another show that after me and you done, I got to thinking about it. It makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I'm using the right words or not. Put yourself in a scenario. What could happen? What
yeah,
would the people do? You know, just because other people say you need to do it like this, you need to do it like that. Well, depending on the circumstances, the scenario of the what's going on,
yeah.
what they do may work for them. But if you done the same thing, it could be worse. You know,
And everybody's different. Like I said, um, there's people that do this scenario thing that they're the only one that's right, no matter what. If you change the scenario or anything, they're the ones that are right. And I
yeah,
think that's a bad way of thinking of it, because it, like the plane thing, if you crashed in the middle of a lake, oh, this guy said, well, I swim down there and I get all the supplies out of the plane and then I go to shore. I
well,
can almost guarantee you, unless he is like, um, a Navy SEAL or something, that doesn't happen. I've been in situations before to where um, bad stuff happens and your body reacts different. Your adrenaline kicks in, or fear kicks in, or whatever the case may be. And some people, they can swim, they're perfect swimmers until they get in a situation to where they get scared, or you know you're fearing for your family's life or something, and then they can't, all of a sudden they freeze and they can't swim, they can't talk, they can't do anything. And it's nothing wrong with the person, it's just the fact that something different has happened that they're not used to.
hey, uh, go to private chat right quick.
uh,
8:53.
yeah, I just it's it's best to
Not
not have it to set to one person. You know what I mean?
done it, B. Thank you. Uh, email me later on, Dana B. Please. Uh, like a okay. I asked 101, is he going to go live tonight? He said yes. It's important.
Okay.
So even though he may be a little bit late, y'all just keep y'all just stay there.
And I watched the video the other day,
No
and
kid salad. I've heard of
the
salad.
the a YouTuber, they call themselves preppers and whatnot, and they had a special room where they had every one of their preps, all their protection stuff, everything was in that room. They even had bug out bags in that room, and unfortunately, they had things to heat up stoves and uh, lanterns and things like that stored in the same room. And to me, that is probably one of the, other than uh, not prepping water, would be the first big no. But putting everything in one room and not having a backup stuff somewhere else or whatnot, that is one of the major things that I would say was a big no. And the fact that you put flammable and explosive stuff in the same room with all of your protection and your food, your your cooking stuff, everything was in that room. And I'm like, you're supposed to prepare for things, but if you prepare and lightning strikes that room's gone. Everything in that room's gone.
Your
Then
whole damn house is gone.
then what are you going to do?
Now, what life just said something in chat that we have said time and time again. Rule number two of prepping: never keep all your goods in one spot.
Yeah.
That's true. That's exactly true. And there's going to come a time when certain people will come to your house and take what you got and leave you with, if you're lucky, enough to survive for one day.
Well,
Your
that's the thing. I don't blame the people, because you have this show that was real popular that made a lot of people become preppers. It was, that Doomsday Prepper, one of the worst shows for prepping. It had a good idea, but they made a joke out of it. They got certain people that were preppers that um, some of them were cuckoo. I mean, some of them were not. I mean, the Angry Prepper, he was actually on the show himself. He was the guy trying to get out of New York City. But there were, like, the guy that shot himself, um, and in those shows, everybody stored everything in one room, and it's okay to have, like, some of your food in one spot, but when you stick everything that you own for prepping, like, when I say protection, I mean pew pews and stuff. You store everything in that room. You have no backup for anything.
uh,
Um,
my opinion on this right here: make you a cache or something like that. I mean, you can buy them, but they outrageous. Make your own. Throw a pew pew, a couple of bottles of water, something to eat, and some seeds in there for your pew pew. if you've got to go, have other areas to where you can dig up. And I think the first area that you get to, you need to have more seeds for your pew pew, a little bit more water and food, along with, let's say, a tarp, so forth, and some clothes, depending on, well, depending or not, have you some summer clothes and winter clothes stashed right there, because you never know when you're going to have to go. It could be wintertime, it could be summertime. You don't know.
Did you make me a mod yet? Okay, never mind. Cashew got it. Thank you,
Uh,
Cashew.
yeah, Cash, you are a big help. Thank
Because
you so much.
I guess I could switch my account to my other account, but
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Hello, 101.
Hi. I
Welcome.
really I really need a new computer.
Well, I mean,
I've never heard that come from you before.
no, I have not. It's always, I don't need one. It's new. It ain't 2 years old. Damn, he got quiet.
Anyway,
Go
uh,
for it. I'm gonna give you the floor for the,
well, I will say this because in a few minutes here I gotta go do my shit on my stream. Uh
if you're able.
Motherfucker. Don't even go there. Um Tonight's gonna be important and shit's gonna change and such and so forth.
Well, now this stuff is going to change. Is it personal or is it nationwide or
Oh no,
worldwide?
this is with my channel.
Channel. He said channel. Yeah.
So
Okay.
um only a temporary thing, no, but I just you'll have to figure out or find out when I go live here in a minute. So yeah.
Well, that's fine because I know you can live what in about 6 minutes, or you hope.
Well, as long as you don't do, Jeff was wanting to put a dress on and everything, but
Whoa, 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 whoa!
you're not going that direction, are you?
Wait,
101.
what? What?
No,
Yeah, he was talking about wearing a dress and making sure it was 2 inches below his knees and whatnot, so he didn't show too much skin.
I forgot to use a couple of words in that sentence. Okay, and now he's riding my. Well, I ain't gonna say it like that, but
Oh.
he.
No, 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 no.
Oh.
I'm not riding anything,
Oh.
especially if Jeff has a dress on.
Oh my god.
Okay, next subject.
Anyway. Moving on. Uh,
See, damn, he was in a pissed off mood before he come up here, and now he's laughing his ass off.
Bye,
me?
lady.
Me?
Yeah.
I was not in a pissed off mood.
Oh, I thought you was pissed off with your computer.
Well, I mean that's a nightly thing. It's you kick it
That's
a
a
Nice.
few times and swear at it, it'll get to work.
that's a Thursday.
That's where you need a wooden mallet.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no CPU in it. Yeah.
Oh,
My electricity went out, so like the whole thing was fucked up.
well, Sniffer finally got married.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know whether to call it a wedding or a funeral.
What was it today, Sniffer?
Wait, hold up. Why a funeral?
Because normally when you get married, that's the end for a single man. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Oh,
Now,
I thought Sniffer was marrying. Like, okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
well, then, you know
Sniffer
why?
goes, oh, I went and got married. And then Jeff says, today marriages don't last but 5 years. Wow, way to go, Jeff.
Damn.
You do know why a woman has to cook, don't you?
Send all hate mail to this guy over here.
A prisoner has to be fed by law. Damn, ain't nobody saying nothing to that one. Come on.
I don't get it. I mean, it's food.
Oh, hell, that's right. You ain't married.
Oh, okay. June 2nd.
Oh.
Hell, you still in your newlywed stage right now. Damn.
Yeah. A whole 2 weeks.
All right, look, 101, you're going to have to get out of here. You got to go argue with your computer to get it up and going for your stream. You ain't got but about 2 minutes. And I don't want you to be late.
I was going to say, since when are you so concerned with my punctuality?
Because, see, I don't want you to be late to your own stream, like some people I know, not mentioning no names,
Bushcraft.
Oh, I did see something interesting today. I was driving down the road and some people moving into a house. And I noticed they're carrying in bunches of number 10 cans of, the freeze dried variety stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, they're preppers.
Oh, I know where I'm going.
There you go. But I bet you anything they won't welcome you.
I don't know. They waved as we went by anyway.
Oh, yeah. Dude, hold my beer. Yeah, I will.
Get them peaches.
And I will eat a can of peaches quicker than I would anything else. Okay? That's right.
Anyway,
That's
I
right.
got to go here. So I will see you guys over at my channel. Yeah.
Okay. I will see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What an asshole!
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, with that being said and everything, I'm going to end it here because I want to see or hear what the big change is. So,
I have an idea what it might be, but I'm not going to say anything.
he's getting married?
No.
Oh. So, therefore, everybody go over and say, Bushy Bear is sent y'all. So, all right, that's it. I'm out of here. Bye.
Sure?
Hell no, I'm never sure about nothing no more.